What happened when you went to school today?
Well, he let some of the children went to their room. He took them to their room.
This is the principal.
And then he told us to go on somewhere.
Where did he tell you to go?
Home.
Are you going to try to go back again to this white school?
Yes, sir.
You were. And I get he was upset, and I get it. We couldn't get him to calm down, and that's why we had to put him in here and kind of confine him to one
hold
spot.
me and lock me down.
Because you were hurting
hold me
yourself.
and lock me down. No, that was Ben when he put me in that room. He hold me and locked me down.
So I said, Landon, can you pass on the black crayon? And then Landon said, we need the color black like you. Then I told the teacher, and the teacher said, oh, he didn't mean it in that way.
This is a very touchy subject, but I hope parents can actually take something away from this video for the sake of their children. I don't understand why we are still forcing Black American children into these white schools. Y'all are trusting the same people who have showed time and time again that they have pure hatred for us to educate your children. School is supposed to be a place of learning and experience, but for Black American students, it could be a place of harm and trauma. We didn't come from nothing. We came from systems. Systems full of knowledge, language, spiritual practices, skilled trades, agriculture, and healing. Structures built to survive, thrive, and pass wisdoms from one generation to the next. But when the colonizers came, they stripped our language, they replaced our spiritual systems with Christianity, they made it illegal to teach each other to read or write. They tried to make our knowledge dangerous, so we stopped using it. You don't ban something unless it has power. Every law against our education, every punishment for passing down knowledge, that wasn't random, that was control. That was interruption. Then came desegregation. Schools started saying, now everyone's equal. But what they didn't tell you is that it wasn't equality, it was control. Black schools closed, Black teachers lost their jobs, Black controlled education spaces disappeared, Black children were put into classrooms where we don't control the curriculum, we don't control discipline, and we certainly don't control the narrative. Desegregation didn't give us freedom. It gave them access to shape us. And that impact is still here today. Schools control how Black students wear their hair, how they look, how they act. Black students are punished for the same behavior other kids get a pass for. Black history is reduced to slavery and a few civil rights leaders. Schools teach you how to follow instructions, but not how to survive, navigate, or win in the systems we actually live in. If you control what someone learns, you control how they think. If you control how they think, you influence how they move. And that's exactly what's happening. And even with the odds stacked against them at school and at home, Black students still overachieve. So the real question isn't whether Black students are capable. The question is, what would happen if we were fully taught, fully seen, and fully understood on our own terms? Because we already had knowledge, we already had wisdom, and we still have it today. So here's what we do about it. We don't have to wait for systems that were never built for us. We can come together, retired teachers, parents, artists, entrepreneurs, people who know the value of knowledge. We can start teaching our kids in groups, small community education circles, not just one-on-one homeschooling, but a shared space where they could learn history, culture, practical skills, and wisdom that actually prepares them for life. We can be the teachers, the mentors, and the guides. And we can do it together because knowledge is power, but shared knowledge, that's unstoppable. So let's stop waiting, let's start teaching, and let's start building our own.